The ethical dilemma of pollution. First off, let's get this straight. What is ethical behavior? It directly relates to the honesty and fairness of the rights of an individual. Being unethical means that something or someone is disrespecting the rights of a person, or anything in relation to that. So, how is pollution related to being unethical? Studies show air pollution is linked to any manner of unethical behavior. Things like economic crimes, violent crimes, cheating, and delinquency are all shown to be directly related to air pollution. But how? Studies have proved that exposure to air pollution, or even just the thought of it, elevates people's anxiety. Air pollution is a serious global issue that affects almost everyone. In the US alone, around 142 million people live in places with polluted air, drastically impacting their quality of life. Those affected by this pollution are experiencing respiratory issues and compromised immune systems as a result of toxic air. Adam Galinsky, professor of leadership and ethics at Columbia Business School, says, high levels of air pollution can trigger physiological and psychological stress, which causes people to think and act less ethically. Here's the proof and truth. In an experiment, 256 participants saw a photo with either a polluted scene or a clean one. They were told to imagine living in that location and how they would feel as they breathed the air. On what they thought was a completely unrelated task, they were shown a set of cue words and had to identify another word that was linked with each of the cue words. With each and every correct answer, they were given 50 cents. They were told that there was some computer glitch, and the correct answer revealed itself if the participants hovered their mouse over the answer box. They were told to ignore the glitch and not to use it for their own benefit. The researchers recorded how many times the participant peeked the answer, without the participant's knowledge. The results proved that those who were shown the picture of the polluted area cheated much more often than those who were shown the clean area. This just shows that it is true. Environmental pollution not only damages an individual's health, but also contaminates their morality. So, what are some companies polluting the environment? Beach cleanups were carried out by over 11,000 individuals in 45 countries to identify which brand has the most plastic pollution. One group found nearly 20,000 Coca-Cola branded products. This shows more pollution than the next two top polluters combined. This has sadly been the case every year since 2019. Coca-Cola's pledge to collect one bottle discarded for every bottle sold is having little impact on Coke's actual plastic pollution. This company is contributing significantly to both the climate crisis, the plastic pollution crisis, and unknowingly unethical crisis. Another company with major pollution is the well-known brand Chevron. Chevron pumps out nearly 250,000 barrels of crude oil each day. Think about how terrible that must be. A few years back, they had to pay $9.5 billion for social and environmental damage repair after the court found out that Chevron deliberately dumped billions of gallons of toxic oil waste in the Amazonian provinces of Sucumbíos and Orellana. Another thing, when Chevron burns unwanted gas, dark smoke spirals up and across the state of California. Just this has led to over 15,000 people in California seeking treatment in 2012 for respiratory problems after a factory fire in the area. There are plenty of people who have stopped at a Chevron gas station or who have purchased shares in their company. Most of these people don't know about the major pollution that this company is providing and blindly support it. That's the same with Coke bottles. Even if you think you're throwing your bottle away after use, it could still end up in a landfill or worse, a body of water or straight into the environment. We're the ones that are polluting the environment, whether we know it or not. And this pollution causes a huge ethical dilemma. Companies that produce waste into the environment eventually go full circle to end up polluting themselves. Companies pollute, that pollution affects the environment, the polluted environment affects animals, those animals get eaten by other animals, and then those animals get eaten by us. And yes, this is just one of the pollution chain of events. Company pollution, in reality, is polluting their customers and employees. If you didn't know, Canada is highly restrictive regarding pollution. Environmental protection is different for every province in Canada. They all have similar but not identical regulatory requirements. Each province and territory has created laws to protect the environment, and they regulate the discharge of contaminants into the natural environment. As it is not fully illegal to pollute everywhere in Canada, there's a combination of objective standards and quantitative standards for pollution. All provinces maintain a similar licensing system for pollution discharges to air, water, and land. These usually impose site-specific requirements on activities that have the potential to affect the natural environment. As we know, though, what affects the natural environment will also highly affect us. Personally, I think that this information needs to be shared with the public. There are thousands, if not millions or billions of people around the world supporting companies that are polluting the planet. This issue is also that people don't know about this, and it's directly affecting them. It's unethical to pollute the environment and pollute people's lives. We know that studies show that pollution in our lives affects the way we live life, the way we act, and our well-being. This information needs to be shown.